Information provided by the speakers and presenters on the Anti-Hero broadcast platform is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. Information does not represent the broadcast network and all entities involved. All information is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information. Hurt feelings is not defamation.
JV team for life.
Good morning. It is, what's today? Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. The entire broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar Americans. This show, of course, is brought to you by GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/anti-hero. Save 10% on their already ridiculous low prices, pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling patented technology sheets, and their award-winning mattresses, 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews, in-house customer service, and free shipping on those big mattresses. So go to ghostbed.com/anti-hero. It'll save you 10%, and it'll tell them that we sent you. And elevated silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code anti-hero15. Save 15% on your suppressor. They got cans from everything from 22s to 50 cals. Exercise your Second Amendment right. The process is not that hard. And Jim, the owner and our friend, will walk you through it. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code anti-hero15. Save 15%. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How'd your show go last night?
Good.
Like 800 people watching.
Yeah, you know, that's a hostile environment. Not so much Sean is great, but it's, you know, walking into a group of people that absolutely hate cops. I really don't pay attention to the comments. I was laughing. Had it been a year ago, I wouldn't even have been able to pay attention. I would have been just watching the comments, eat my ass up. But after a year of doing this, I really don't worry. But Sean brings a good point. It was about police unions, and I think you and I agree on police unions, and it's even worse up there. And you know what he was highlighting is they're basically using, oh God, cops are getting hit with snowballs, cops are getting murdered, and nobody's going to jail, and all these things have nothing to do with it. And then they say, but we need to stop First Amendment auditors because of all those things. And it's like they contribute zero. I mean, that guy in Boston, we talked about, that piece of shit that walks up and cusses and screams and gets in their face. I don't agree with that at all. But what Sean does, I mean, he just walks up to people. He actually doesn't go up to the cops. He goes to a public place, and then the cops come. And then
yeah, I mean, I was watching for a little bit. And I took periodic breaks because I wanted to comment so bad, but it wasn't going to be anything.
Yeah, you're going to get roasted.
It wasn't going to be anything that would help the situation. And
no,
you have a really good relationship with Reyes, so I just cooled it down. I tuned into.
I mean, I get the cop side of it. And I'm sure people are like, "Oh, this fucking guy is a sellout." It's not. It's the same thing as the Comey coming on. It's like, it's good to hear another side of it and good to interact. And you know, for the network purposes, you know, bringing people over, maybe they want to come hate on us. That's fine. They're going to come over. Bringing people over to look at our view, maybe they're going to want to hear our side of the story. So I think it's a good conversation point to have.
Yeah. Yeah. So really, the biggest topic of today that I found was that old Comey, the former, what's his name, James Comey,
former FBI director.
Yeah, he was indicted again. But this time it's for an old social media post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen right here. Maybe. And it's, like I said, it's for an old social media post that he did when he was on the beach last year in North Carolina, where he put, let's see if I can find the picture first, right here. He put, in Seashells, he put 8647. This is this cool shell formation on my beach walk. So the Trump administration felt that was a death threat to Trump, as 86 is commonly referred to as a death threat.
Well, like we're done. Like in the restaurant business, 86, whatever's we're out of. So it basically references like get rid of or we're out of it.
Members of the administration, as well as Mr. Trump's family, declare that the meaning 86 was to kill. and that the Seashell message amounted to a threat to assassinate the president. Man, he's like, you know how you have like your boy and you love him to death, but he just does dumb shit. Like, I don't know if it's a stunt. What do you think it is as far as indicting? Because obviously the feds are going to work for Trump now. Some of them worked against Trump while he was in office, but clearly President Trump was behind this to have him being indicted.
So my take on it is he should be indicted and investigated, or for all the other stuff, which I think was part of the beginning part of what he got indicted for, which is the Hillary Clinton election scandal, the Russian disinformation, the Hunter Biden laptop, real things that this guy was. Now, this is a stretch, and this is like, I get it. Like, this is like any other social media beef. The president is king of social media beefs. Like, if he can get you, he can get you. And I think, honestly, Trump took a high road during the first term. Like, he really didn't. We thought he was going to come in and just Hillary was going to jail. He said she's going to jail. He really took a high road once he took over. I think he was less wild. He's much more wild in this term. He was less wild. I think he actually tried to go, let's try to get together and do this together, right? He gets, I believe there was a scam. He doesn't win the second election. There's no way that many people voted for Joe Biden. It's impossible. Yeah. So then he comes back the second time and it's like, all right, bitches, you guys indicted me for like 47 things. Like, that's the game we're playing. Then I really not mad at him for going, hey man, I took the high road the first term. I didn't go crazy like everybody thought I was going to do. I tried to do the right thing. You guys came after me and tried to ruin my life and not let me get reelected even after already cooking one election. So now it's like, all right, like, you want to play, let's play. And that's kind of like they did it first.
What do you think will happen to James Comey after this indictment?
I don't think he'll ever go to jail unless they really dive into.
I just don't think that's enough for a death threat.
No, that's weak, man. That's like, weak.
It's obviously just a power move. It's to show that
it is. Yeah. But I believe the real problems are being lied to about the Hillary Clinton thing, being lied to about the Russian collusion, being lied to about Hunter Biden's laptop, all the stuff that ended up being true that this guy dodged. I mean, come on, Hillary Clinton took a hammer to a fucking email server and destroyed it. Come on, dude.
Did you really?
Yeah, dude. There's fucking insanity, man. And these guys were in charge, so they protected themselves. And that's where I was surprised Trump didn't really dive heavier into that in his first term. But now I think he's like, fuck it. Like, I only got one term left. And I might as well cook everybody that came after me. Is it petty? Maybe. But if they really broke the law and they did do these things, they deserve to be paid for it. We talk about it all the time where we see people get away with stuff and they're like, bro, if I did that, I'd be fucking under the jail.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Just because he's a FBI director doesn't mean he's not a fucking crook.
Yeah, but that's it. That's that's all it is. Obviously, we're back to these little small things.
I got it.
There we go.
I got
shit.
Hold on. I got it right there. It's the third one. On my screen it is. Let me just make sure we didn't miss anything. Because got to deal with AI, and media does not allow it to actually come out. They use words like allegedly, rumors is the only reason. Like, we're pretty confident what he did while he was, there's FBI agents who have come out and said, I was part of conversations where they said we're going to indict President Trump no matter what. Like, yeah, they did it. So it's tough to get a straight answer because Google, guides you the wrong way. AI will guide you the wrong way, but I try to get in between that. And hey, man, you can't target somebody for political retaliation as the FBI director. You can't do that.
Yeah, Comey's a fucking scumbag, dude.
No, he is, dude. He is. Like, it was kind of like, it's like the Epstein thing takes right now. Everybody Epstein. But again, these motherfuckers lied about Hunter Biden's laptop. They had the laptop in their possession. They had all the transactions, all the backdoor. The president was involved in these Ukraine deals and insider information and pay for play. And it was all there. And they told us, nope, it's all a hoax. It's all a hoax. It's all a hoax. It wasn't a hoax. And it just went away. Nobody paid for it. It's like, how is that possible?
That shit's insane, dude.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. and you get mad at this guy because he fucking says dumb shit. Like this is where I put the MAGA hat on. I gotta get the MAGA and CNN hat. This is where the MAGA hat goes on, because it's like this dude he might say the wildest shit. He might piss everybody off. He might be abrasive as hell. They indicted him and impeached him for nonsense. A phone call to Zelensky about quid pro quo and all that bullshit that they were trying to say. He was trying to bribe Zelensky. You do this, I'll do that. You had fucking Joe Biden and his son literally involved in illegal fucking transactions, all on an email. Tell the big guy, take this much money. Big guy wants this much money. Like fucking preschool fucking email ability to understand that. And they just went, oh no, it's all made up. And then it wasn't. So it's like, come on, man. It's kind of like what I do with, like, you know, if you're going to come after me for something and say what I did was so bad, and then somebody else does something the same or worse, you can't just go, well, we're going to let that part go. We're not going to talk about that. It's like, you can't. You have to be transparent.
Before we get into the next topic, I went on Patreon and made a couple videos, but the Patreon, yeah, I mean, we can't. Obviously, it's a great time in there. It's a good time. But I guess Patreon has booted 1 or 2 people that we're aware of. So
Did they boot him or did they leave?
I don't know.
I talked to the one we talked about, who is sick. I'm not going to put his business out there, but he is sick. Yeah, I get it. Like, I mean, obviously, Ja's one of them that got banned. We don't have to hide that. Love it. Love everything he does. Love every comment. I think there's not a world that exists without Ja being funny, like with everything. But we can't control Patreon, so it's like, don't get mad. I mean, and I'm not asking you, don't have to pay money. I'm not asking you to stay in the thing and spend your money. If you choose not to, that's fine. But don't like be mad at us because we can't control. We could lose a whole channel. If we started talking like that, they would be like, hey, you guys are fucked. You're done. Like, we're kicking you. We're kicking. So you have to moderate a little bit in here. It's a little more, you know, he gets away with everything in here.
We moderate ourselves. We don't moderate anybody else.
Yeah, AI does it. Like, I can't help it. It's like, we can't help it. AI determines. I mean, you said this morning about getting more people in, and I'm like, are people ready to see stuffed Kermit smashing stuffed Miss Piggy in 47 different positions, just picture after picture after picture? Like, yeah. It's wild in there, dude. And I'm like, you want to bring more like normal people into this? Like, you need a disclaimer before you. JoJo's in there now, and it's like, really? She's like, yeah. She goes, have you seen this? I'm like, oh yeah, I see it. I see it all. It's fucking. She's like, this is great. Like, this is the wildest shit I've ever seen. So it's like, you got to be prepared mentally to go in there and see Kermit upside down in the handstand smashing Miss Piggy. I mean, you got to be ready.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're trying to, the Patreon, we're, you know, we're kind of like trying to see how much, you know, because like for instance, when I go in there, like everybody's in there at different times, but, you know, Patreon's a good time. And, you know, until we can figure out a way, there is a way to make our own anti-hero app, which operates the same way of Patreon, but it's private.
We're probably close to that with the fucking people we got on our team.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it kicking people out. So we're working on that. We're doing everything we can. And I'll show up. I'll show my ugly mug in there.
Let me show everybody what I made last night. Because I take, you know, the crew. I want you guys to understand that, like, I act just like I act on here, and so does my spouse. We don't sugarcoat anything. So I sent her this last night after we got done on Sean Reyes.
Is it a text?
No. Well, kind of.
Yes, G Money's chat last night was fucking off the chain.
She loves it, dude. She loves everybody in here, and the joke. The only thing she said to me was, she's like, you better tell them motherfuckers I'm no prude, and, you know, don't let them think you're suffering. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, I'm not going to go into detail, but it's a good joke.
Yeah. Yeah. I ate at the steakhouse yesterday. It's pretty nice. No dollar menu. I prefer to save my dollars and maybe just hit the steakhouse once in a while.
No, I mean, It's funny. And the fact that like I see a couple guys on the internet now, it seems as if a couple of training guys, it seems as if their wives might be like influencing their posts. And that's bad.
Uh-oh.
I like to say that I have the ability that she's in here, she's in Patreon, and I get to act exactly like this and don't have any problems. And then the jokes are the jokes. They're funny and it's for the show. But I see a couple guys now recently that appear to be a little bit guided by their spouse who is maybe in law enforcement and doesn't appreciate the jokes. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna start telling people, you want that T-bone? You want that T-bone? I don't know. Somebody said it.
How was your run? I didn't listen to the whole video. What was your time?
Are you jealous?
No, I want to know. You didn't beat me.
Listen to the whole 1 minute video?
No, I didn't. I hear your voice. I hear your voice enough.
I shaved off like seconds, and it was better overall.
So I actually don't feel, I'm not sore. I actually have that quad happy feeling like, hey, you used these yesterday, little sticks, little flamingo legs actually got used for a change. And I woke up this morning like, oh, I remember this. Like, it feels good to do that.
That's the benefit of PEDs, Mike, is that you don't.
Oh, is that why I've recovered so fast?
I recovered so fast. I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like 3 minutes after the run, I was fine. But I was going to run today. I didn't. I will. Actually, you know what? Now that you did that, I will. As soon as the show's over, I got to go see my mom and go to the gym because I did the gym too. You're doing 2 days as well. You're working out and running. I ran yesterday morning, went to the gym in the afternoon. I'll go hit the gym this afternoon. I'll run again, and we'll see what happens. But I felt good. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you motivated me.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, you're good at it, man.
Ian Bick had a guest on his show.
Oh, I got you. You got the video? I got it downloaded.
No, I don't.
I got it.
I was trying to go. I was like, oh, I talked to Mike about reaching out to Ian Bick because he's like has a lot of cops on, and then I saw his last guest. I was like, never mind. So
I don't fault him. Kind of like anything else, I get it, man. He does a lot of episodes. He has a lot of people on.
No idea.
He can't vet, but this chick, and it got worse last night as the messages started coming in. I'll play the video and then we'll go from there. That story is actually pretty funny, but when you watch this story, instead of it being the police car glass, imagine it's her forehead. And I'll just leave it at that.
His penis on the back of the glass in my car. I arrested this guy for DUI. It was the guy that I almost literally shot. So on the traffic stop, super hammered. And then I put him in my police car. He's screaming like, fuck you, bitch, suck my dick, bitch, all this disgusting stuff. I didn't know drunk people don't really like feel their arms or like anything pop out of socket. The guy pops his shoulder out of socket, literally smacks his penis on the back of the glass in my car, leaves the imprint. I had to deal with that, screaming the whole way, and then I had to clean the snail imprint off my car.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's her story.
Okay, so what's the real story?
I mean, I don't know the story of that traffic stop, but
I thought you meant actually her forehead.
No, I was saying imagine that she's getting smacked in the snail trails going across her forehead because that's what she's famous for over there. For the backstory is obviously she was local to our studio, 2 different agencies. Both of them allegedly didn't hack it at either of them. Decided she wanted to be a reality star. Quit to go do reality star work. Tried to come back to the agency she was at. They said,
"Oh, last time I tracked anything about her, someone said that she did go on a reality show. She quit her job for it, and that she tried to come back.
She went to another agency in South Florida. Forgot to tell them that she's an internet." Use it your own expletive, and like right into the beginning of her FTO, they went, "Yo, what is all this garbage you're doing on the side? We don't get down with that," and they canned her an FTO. So it gets a little more interesting. This is a message received or in the comment section.
First department, she wasn't performing to standards. That's true. I think that was OPD. Yep. While in the field training program. Second department, she quit to do reality TV. That was
St. Cloud.
St. Cloud, one of the two.
Yeah.
And tried to come back, but they said no. The third department, I believe, was due to her outside employment. She did not disclose to her new agency while on probation. Man, yeah, really fucked up. They know her.
Well, they work with her, and there's people there was many more. I was listening to voice messages coming through last night about scandals and being at command staff members' houses and all that cool stuff that comes with the job. And allegedly,
I was always at command staff's parties and stuff like that. You know,
at their house. I'm talking about at their house, like No party going on, just over there.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly. That's what I heard. So she tells her story, and everybody's got a story. Everybody embellishes the story, but when you listen, I listen to most of it, and it's like you can't just get on when everybody knows you and you've made yourself some fake star and then tell lies where everybody that worked with you knows it's a lie. Everybody. Like multiple people messaged, like 3, 4, 5 people that had seen it were messaging like, this is all false. This is the, and that's where I come into transparency and being honest and upfront. Like, hey man, I got cooked. I did TikTok. I got fucking investigated. Like, you're not going to get a one up on me. But she actually tried it on like a massive platform. We'll see how that pans out in the long run for her.
At full disclosure, she has been on an anti-hero live way back in the day. She was invited without my knowledge by my former co-host. So I show up to the live at like 7, and my former co-host goes, I got a guest coming. And I go, who? He goes, oh, I can't tell you. And I'm like, why can't you tell me? And he's like, it's a surprise. He's like, you would have said no.
Only guest he ever planned.
He was like, yeah. He's like, you would have said no. I was like, okay. And I'm, at the time, I should have like many times been like, no, it's not happening. And then she shows up, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Brent supports. Oh, I mean,
that's par for the course.
So, yeah, she was on a live long time ago, and
it's one of the, and she's one of the, like, so we talked yesterday about the Streamlight scandal where they pulled the female off their story.
That's fucking
off
hilarious.
Their post. She's the same boat. Like, I see her on videos and she's doing the same thing with rifles and guns. She cannot shoot. She has no shooting stance, no skills, no tactics. And I get if you're trying, I mean, I don't get it because I don't get selling my soul to admin for promotion and movement within the agency. And I could never get behind, you and I would never do it. We would never go, hey, we're going to bring on this absolute moron female to just flaunt around and try to get our more views and likes. I'd rather not have them. I'd rather not have them.
Boys, can you imagine? Yeah. Oh, Nick tried bringing a female on his show.
How'd that go? I missed it.
Oh, God, you can't. This isn't a show for females. Our wives, due to respect for the 99% and their respect for us, our wives, I think, catch a free pass. But you don't got a ring on it, and you're coming on this show. It's not a place for women. I mean, it sounds terrible. I'm joking, more or less. Obviously, everybody is joking, but it's pretty hard. It's for the boys. It's locker room talk.
But, my point is, male or female, because I would do the same thing for a male. You can't come on a big platform and fabricate when you've been on a reality show. I mean, there's so much out here on her. She says it's stupid, so I didn't post it, but there's a video of her using like the same thing I got in trouble for, using the N-word in like rap lyrics. And I'm like, it's petty. Like, I'm not going to post that, but it's there. So you go to be a celebrity and you go to start trying to be some superhero. But some of these companies, man, they'll look at that and go, I would rather sell to anybody. These cops because if you follow her and you think she's a good cop, you're a fucking moron. So you're already mentally challenged and probably eating paste. But if they can get those paste-eating people to buy their product, I guess that's what they're going after. But Streamlight learned very quick yesterday. They didn't answer my DM either. They read it. But they learned very quick yesterday that the real dudes out there using these lights and getting shot at and breaking windows and stuff don't appreciate some fucking female unpacking a flashlight that has no idea what she's doing with it.
When somebody you're out there fucking working and they're out there doing social media, and then they get chosen to be the face of a company that was flashlight you use. Obviously these guys probably wouldn't want to be the face, but they're like, I can think of fucking tons of dudes out there that would be a good face. They're hard workers, they're go-getters, they're fucking dope boys, or not dope boys, they're jump out boys. They're goons.
Yeah, they could reach out to us and say, hey, I got a whole bunch of guys that are out there, all those guys up in Myrtle Beach, man, the coastal hitters, dude. Those guys are up there getting after, and it's like you pick some chick that literally wears fake nails, pink handcuffs, all that garbage, sits in her car, makes videos. That's her Starbucks order from the drive-thru. This is my Starbucks order, and you're gonna tell her to unpack a fucking tactical light that goes on a rifle or a fucking gun, and think you're gonna touch like the SWAT guys or the jump out guys, and that's a good idea? Not a good idea. Not a good idea. I'm a Mod Light guy. For those saying Streamlight is trash, I actually reached out to Mod Light and they haven't responded yet. I was like, hey, this is a good time to we're looking for we're on the light topic if you guys are interested. But Mod Light is absolutely, I think, far superior anyway. And that's what, my wife has been to she went to a couple real serious low light classes for shooting at night, and like 4 days of straight hell at night every night. And she knows lights, and I know she uses Mod Light on everything.
She knows lights.
She does. I got distracted by the pop in. Yeah, she know. I mean, she's done it.
But yeah, today's show we got a couple guests. Our first guest is Mike Morgan, and our second guest is HuckFinn Barbell. He's back. And our third one's one of the 99% himself, always in the chats, Keto 50.
Oh hell yeah!
So without further ado,
I got a surprise guest. It's a midget stripper from. I just wanted to surprise a female cop midget stripper who is the worst person on the internet. By the way,
we're gonna fit that in between Mike and HuckFinn.
I'm just kidding.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, fellas? I say kick Mike out of the room, bring the female midget stripper in first. I want to see that myself, brother.
You've been podcasting for a couple minutes now. You put out about an episode a week, right?
Yeah, doing about an episode a week. Probably about a year and a half into it now.
Really?
Still a rookie compared to you guys, comparatively speaking, but getting up there.
Keep it easy, man. Don't bite it all the way off.
Yeah, trust me, brother. I'm trying to do that. By the way, I was watching Liberty Risk. That was so far what I've seen is that was a great podcast, bro. Who's that? Kevin is the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is hilarious.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's funny.
Oh shit, he really is, man.
Yeah, he likes to drink the whiskey too, man.
I was talking to Xander Gleaton, the guy I sent you the info about. His former PJ was on there one time, and they got boxed. He's like, "Bro, I thought I had CTE by the end of that podcast. That's how drunk I was."
So you, I mean, you've been with Counterculture for probably what, like 7 or 8 months now?
Yeah, that's about right. I would say 7, 8, a little less than a year.
So if anybody doesn't know, we have our in-house shows that, me, Mike, and Justin all pretty much host them all except for the girls. But we have the shows that aren't hosted by us, that are owned by us, but are still part of the network, like Resilient Warrior, Beyond the Barrel, Copville, Donut Shop podcast. Like these are all podcasts that are their own entities that happen to be under the collective umbrella of Counterculture. So, but you just now last month, 2 months ago, released a book.
Yeah, about what are we in April? So 3 months ago. Yeah, about 3 months, late January. Right here. Let me grab this baby. Called The Resilient Warrior. And yeah, just kind of essentially my life story. Talks about my childhood trauma that I never really realized that I'd suffered, and my 30-year PD career. My childhood trauma is something that most of us who enter the policing and military professions have when we enter, but we do not realize it because it's our normal.
What do you talk about your childhood trauma in the book?
Yeah, I do.
That's brave.
Listen, it's not yeah, I mean it's listen, I've had guys come on my podcast talk about brave. I'm not brave. I've had guys speak about, I have one that's going to be dropping within I think the next 2 weeks, if not already dropped, that his mother was a prostitute. She prostituted him out to other men when he was a 9-year-old boy. To come on and speak publicly about that takes balls the size of Wisconsin as far as I'm concerned. And I could be more proud of the guy. I've had multiple men come on here and speak about sexual abuse. And, I've only realized the extent of that problem in this country over the past 2 years and going to various psychedelic ceremonies that I've attended, mostly for first responders and military veterans. Guys, they say 20% of men have been sexually abused in their lives. I say at least double that. And I am talking, I'm not going to speak publicly about guys who haven't, but I'm talking about absolute tip of the spear, special force operators.
Are men typically sexually abused, whether younger, or are these stats for adult males too. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'll be the first one to say it out loud. Sexual abuse to a minor is just, although men can be sexually abused as an adult, it's just different if they're a young boy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, first of all, you're taking away their innocence, and not to mention they're this helpless little child, and they have to live with the rest of their lives. But yeah, in my experience, most of these guys have had that done to them when they were young. But I've had at least, I think, three instances of guys speaking about military sexual trauma where they were traumatized by their own guys. I mean, one guy spoke about being held down by six of his platoon mates. I was in the military, so I don't know what you call it, but the guys who were with him, the closest to them in the barracks, and a beer bottle shoved up his ass. Like, how the fuck do you even think about that? When you start thinking about undoing a man's pants, right then and there, something should jar in your head. Be like, nah, this is not a good idea.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I think that happens
Six
more. Like he
people
said,
were in on that?
I think that happens more than you think. And I know
Yeah.
there was a fire department incident not too long ago where they ended up getting arrested. There was about 6 months ago, same thing, like a hazing incident that went to that level, like a
Yep.
broom or something. And this dude's got to go tell the cops, like, yeah, all my buddies shoved a broom up my ass.
Oh
Like
my
pretty
God.
embarrassing shit. But how long do you put up with that and get your, it's nonsense.
God, it's awful, man.
Yeah, humiliating. So, the fact these guys come on and speak publicly about what they've suffered just so other men can realize that, they're not alone and can raise their hand and get help. You guys know Wiz Buckley, right? Former F-18 pilot. Okay, so, all right. He's in like the psychedelic space. He started a couple of foundations to bring soldiers and first responders to psychedelics, but he spoke about being abused when he was a child, and the clip of he and I speaking about it was a preempted thing on publicizing our podcast. And I just spoken the fact about you guys shouldn't be embarrassed. There's nothing you did wrong. These perps are the ones who should be 6 feet under. Raise your hand and get help if you need it. You've been living with this your whole life. And some guy from Texas reached out about a week later and said, I heard that little clip. It was like a minute long. And he's like, I realized I've been living with that my entire life. And I reached out to a buddy of mine who I thought was very empathetic. And he listened as I told him his story. And as soon as he gets done telling the story, the guy tells him the same thing happened to him as a child.
Whoa.
Yeah, how crazy is that, bro? And he's like, I got a therapist now, and I want to start working through it. He's like, you changed my life just by talking, hearing that 1 minute clip.
Do you do you keep it your background and what happened to you and you're being victimized? You talk about it in your book?
I mean, I was not sexually abused. Mine was more. I was raised with a very, very stern father. Thank God. I say,
just physical abuse.
Yeah, I was more mental, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure maybe there was physical. I don't know. Back in the day, as you guys know, man, you spoil the child if you spare the rod. So I don't know. It never bothered me. I heard at the time, but I don't look back at that with any type of disdain. It was what it was. It was just a mental. Like my father was just incapable of speaking to me. It was criticism, put downs, like my entire life. Pretty severe. And a lot of times we'll minimize our trauma because what I'm talking about is nothing compared to what we were just talking about 2 seconds ago. But my trauma is my trauma. You can't compare what you suffered in any way.
Yeah,
shape, or form to
it's
anyone else.
apples to origins for sure. We always talk about how, tons of people have PTSD, and it's from, obviously I think the most common one is probably like military PTSD, because maybe that's where they started venturing in the process of seeing people that were fucked up, and then that kind of trickled down. Now you got first responder PTSD, and just regular victims of PTSD.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems we see, and it's especially in our alpha male field, is if we don't understand the person's PTSD or trauma, we minimize it or make fun of it.
Yeah,
because it just doesn't bother. It's like something that bothers you. Like I'm guilty of it. I saw the worst of the worst. It just never bothered me. There's things that have happened to me though that bother me every day, and I can't get them out of my head. And it has nothing to do with being a cop. So it's just one of those weird things where we just, I'm good with. And then in this mass field of alpha men, it's almost taboo until recently to even suggest you have some type of issue with a call you went on, or a child being injured or hurt or whatever it may be in this job. We went years and I think you and I talked about that, Mike, when you came on. We went years and years and years where just you weren't allowed to say anything. You could be on the verge of suicide, and it was like, if I say anything, I'm a pussy, I'm a weak dude, everybody's gonna disown me, I'm not part of the brotherhood anymore. And it's a difficult road for these guys to walk that have those problems.
Yeah, it's truth. And you know what's funny is I remember going through my career because I worked in Atlanta the first 10 and change, extremely violent place, and I expected to get in deadly force situations. And I did a couple of times, but I never had to use it. And I could never reconcile the fact that I would see and hear about other guys who were suffering from PTSD when they got in shootings, good shootings, I'm not talking about bad, where it was deadly force, it was kill or be killed. And yet they had a problem reconciling the fact that they had to take a life. And I literally would for 30 years, man, on cardio alone in the gym for 30 minutes a day, I would picture shooting scenarios, stabbing scenarios, fighting multiple guys. Every time I would picture a scenario, something went wrong. So it was already like I was playing it in case it happened in real life. It was already done 1,000 times. And it was me killing people over and over in my head. And it wasn't a fascination with death. It's just if it happens. And I just could never reconcile the fact. And I thought guys were weak, like who was suffering from that. But I have a vastly different perspective now. Listen, taking a life is very serious a matter. And just because the guy, was willing to take yours doesn't mean that you can't have second and third thoughts about it and think about his family and what it meant to them. Like there's a lot of dynamics at play here.
Yeah, and we all say, because we're conditioned. When you ask the question, we're all ready, right? We're all ready. We're going to be great. We're never going to have a problem with it until you do, and then it goes down. I think it goes down another rabbit hole to like Uvalde, where all these guys probably every briefing said they would charge down a hallway to save children. They would do whatever it takes to go down, and I'm dying with glory. And 300 dudes stood there and went, I don't know if I can do that. Like whether they were told not to, whether they didn't have it in their gut, I'm not going to judge that. But those situations are, we sit in front of a briefing or a group of guys all the time and alpha male out and show our chest that we're going to do all these things. And then when that day comes, maybe you just weren't ready and your brain shuts down and says, I'm not going to go into that building. And now you got to live with that. So it's like, there's just multi layers.
And like that sucks too, because if the guys, the guys made the wrong decision. Let's just go ahead and say there was some guys there that made the wrong decision. They've got to fucking live with that for the rest of their fucking lives. And no one, I'm pretty cynical. I don't think many people care, but they've got families. They've got to live out another 40 years on this earth thinking about that, and that's a tough one, dude. That's a very tough scenario, because naturally we'll be like, well, go fuck yourself. You let kids die. But then now we're going to go let this person possibly, go down the worst rabbit hole of their life. Tough conundrum.
And that's an active shooter, which is difficult. I mean, I've been involved in homicide cases where I was a lead on one of the bigger cases in this agency that's unsolved. And it's like, you have a dead old lady and I think about it all the time. Like, it's like, what do I do? Like, I think I did everything I was supposed to do. I tried to do, but that'll never go away. I'll remember the day I got called, the day everything as it developed. It's been, years and years now. I think it was 2017 when she went missing. So it's like, that never goes away. It's like, could I have done this? Should I have done that better? Could I have been better here? Could I have been better there? And you don't know you're going to be ready for that until it happens. And some guys can handle it and be okay. And some guys just off they go. And that's where it's we have to, I know comedy, I'm rough, I'm tough, we make a lot of jokes, but at some point it's like we have to make sure guys don't destroy themselves, or
I have a question
far
for you
worse.
Guys, at what point, Mike, you probably have researched this a lot and thought about it as a man. At what point do you have to go, okay, well, I can't let people that depend on me see me in a vulnerable status? Because I think that's a lot of why we're, as men, we're so like, stoic and nothing bothers us. And then that's why guys go and take their own life, is because I do believe there is an expectation of, your kids don't need to see you often breaking down. Your kids don't. And I honestly think even your wife, I think very, very, very seldomly in life do you need to hit your wife's arms and, have her be a rock in the household for a minute. But I think it's that balancing aspect of it.
I think it's very sneaky. To my version of it, it's very sneaky when it actually gets to that point, because we're all, we all get feeling sorry for ourselves over dumb stuff, right? A lot of dumb things that don't really matter. I should have got promoted, or little things, anything. But when it actually happens, you're right. There is a point where you have to know, like, this is the breaking. For me, it was, the situation happened with my spouse that I couldn't control, and I had no idea. And when I got hit with that, it was like, that was the first time when I actually thought about what you just said and go, I am in a position right now where I can't get through this.
Mike's really thinking deep on that one. Or he froze.
But then I finally hit the point where it was like, I can't get rid of this. I don't know what to do. And I did. I finally said, you know what? I'm not going to try to run from this. I've preached all these things. I've claimed to be some tough guy. And sometimes tough guys have to be weak for a little bit to go, hey, I'm a human as well. So that's kind of the way I dealt with it and the way I look at it. And then, just like men, though, we dust ourselves the fuck off. We get back up and we go, okay, like, I'm going to figure that out, but I got responsibility still.
Yeah, but see, we just did. Why'd you say you were weak?
Because I felt a way that I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I felt some way I shouldn't have thought I felt, or I didn't. Maybe it's just, society wouldn't expect me to feel that way, or it was something, and it's a weak feeling, but I'm okay with it now. At the time, I was not, but now I'm okay going, yep, fucking destroyed me. Like, I am beat because of that.
Yeah, I mean, to echo your sentiments, when I was going through it at my worst, I told my wife, basically, I'm not feeling myself. Like, that's how I expressed the fact that I was waking up every day fucking depressed, and I had this anger, rage, and depression inside of me. Like, baby, I'm just not feeling myself, because, yeah, you do feel weak. You don't want to come clean. You don't want to be vulnerable, even though it's the person closest to you in life. Like, you want your wife to feel protected, and you feel like if you're saying things like that, she's not going to be like, where is my alpha male? He's no longer here to protect me. So, yeah, totally understood. And, when I finally, I don't even want to say came clean. I was just, I went into psychedelics, and I knew I needed help in my own mind. When I say I needed help and I raised my hand, it was with myself. It wasn't like I was telling my wife or anyone else, like, man, I am in so bad of shape right now. I need this and that. And maybe that was wrong of me. Although I don't think I ever really felt like I was that bad in it, but I knew I needed some help. Like, I didn't think it was going to rectify itself.
Yeah. Well, it's, you're right. But it's out there. And the only thing, there's always a caveat though. The only thing and it has to be police like everything else, is hoping guys don't take advantage of it. The mental health help. And then like, oh, I got away. I can get out of law enforcement. We saw it, in the military. I saw it in basic training. Guys realized if they said they were going to kill themselves and they got their shoelaces taken out, they could go home. And it was like used a lot. So it's like with everything that's good for us, we have to make sure we also have the foresight to make sure it's not abused as well, where guys go, well, I mean, I got yelled at on a call, and now I'm, now
it can't be abused, but it also, I mean, look at anything. Let's say a guy gets help, whether he likes it or not. Every state has what we call in Florida the Baker Act, where you are involuntarily committed against your will, if that's the need be. And they'll say, oh, it's covered by HIPAA. No. Your neighbors are gonna know, your coworkers, your family's gonna know, your friends.
Especially cops are gonna talk so much shit. It's gonna go all over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It'll be texted out within 2 minutes. The whole department will know that you've been.
Oh, telegraph. It's amazing, man. It's instantaneously. So yeah, Mike, I think that, to answer your question, is the biggest thing that's going to stop the abuse, is that people are, word's going to get out. It just cannot. People are going to wonder, the first thing you wonder is, where's your boy? And then, it's going to trickle down what happened. And people don't listen. If you're suffering that greatly, then it's, you're not really going to be bothered that much by it. But if you're faking it and you're walking around with that diagnosis, man, it's like an albatross hung around your neck.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember, like, I have a buddy of mine that's really tough and hardcore, and there was very few things that ever rattled him, and I've only seen really one. I'm not going to say it because it would give him away, but I'm able to reach out to him and just say, hey, dude, am I fucking lost my mind about this? Like, you got to have that one person, or one or two people you can go to. And I go to him. I'm like, no, dude, you're legit. Okay. Just making sure I'm not fucking psycho. Like, making sure you understand. He's a very good judge for that. But it's not, I guess I can say it's not the end of the world either. We think it is. And we get in that situation where we almost put asking for help and going through what Tyler just described as worse than the problem. So we just let the problem simmer till we do something absolutely unfixable, instead of just going, hey, this is going to suck for a while. This is going to be really embarrassing. It's like making TikToks. This is going to be very embarrassing, but at some point it's going to be okay. And it's really hard to get people to see that. They usually just keep burning the candle on both ends on this side. And then eventually it just naps out one day and it's over.
Jefferson Newby super chatted $5. The worst thing one can do is isolate, find your tribe, and lean on that. If you see somebody isolating, bring them into your tribe. And I mean, I remember we've talked
100%.
about it. We've talked about it in the show, man. Like I know we call our fan base the 99% because we're just the average dudes, no special forces dudes, no, I almost said no authors, but you're technically an author, but the average everyday guy.
No doctors.
Yeah, no doctors, no astronauts, or
no astronauts.
But we're roasting each other in real time in the chats. But at the end of the day, I know for a fact that if somebody needed help, we've done it on this show. We've done it. We've had people say some things in the super chats, and a bunch of people reached out to them, and then we found out a week later they got help. But that was surreal. So find your tribe is exactly right.
Oh yeah, I'm working on a speech for a presentation, and I just wrote a line, and it said the words "I'm fine" will kill more warriors than any bullets ever will, and that's the truth. I was just telling about a story. My buddy committed suicide in 05, and I remember asking him how he was doing prior to, and I knew he was addicted to painkillers. He had a bunch of hockey injuries. He was going through a bunch of things, and he's like, "I'm fine, Morgs," and I just kind of let it go, and true words can never be spoken. That "I'm fine" is, especially the way it's said, you need to dig deeper, because fuck, man, that's what we all. I'm fine, bro.
Yeah. Some of the most chilling things too is when people post like final days of people that had killed themselves and they look happier than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at peace. They know what's coming.
Yeah. I had a good friend, fireman, and he looked fine. He was the greatest dude. The closest I ever came to dying was drowning, trying to save somebody. He pulled me out of the water. He was everywhere. He was always on a call. And he actually posted and then went and committed suicide on Facebook. But up until that post, you had no idea. Dude was the most bright, smiley, happy every time you seen him. Didn't talk about himself. How's it going, bro? Oh man, that call you went on, that was awesome, dude. Like, I saw your mom, blah, blah. And then one day he just posts on Facebook and goes and does it. And you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, where did we miss that one? The nicest, friendliest, most outspoken, just cool dude. And you're like, man, that guy's got that type of problem. Like, it's sometimes it's unbelievable when it happens.
Yeah, it's amazing. He could bury it that deeply. You know, it's almost like he's an actor. Like, he's got that, that mask on every single day of his life for every moment to not let anyone in to see. Sometimes like that, you're like, never would have seen it. You can analyze it 1,000 times, and you never would have seen it coming. Other times, though, guys will make comments, or you'll just see behaviors that, truth be told, maybe you should have paid a little bit more closer attention to.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough sometimes.
What was it like, changing the subject just a little bit, but not really? What was it like writing a book? And I mean that by the actual process of writing a book, whether you're writing a children's novel or your book. And then what was the process of writing it? And did it open up any weird pathways in your brain that was hard to deal with? Or did you kind of already have everything and you just wrote it down?
No, initially I was going to write an outline, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to let it flow. And I just started chronologically from when I was a kid. Basically sat on the couch, had my my Mac, and just started typing away. And whatever came to me, came to me. There were memories I hadn't thought about in I don't know how many years. Situations, and every time I was basically talking about a story, it was for contextual purpose. Like when I was telling police stories, it wasn't just to tell police stories. It was about either, the danger that shocked the shit out of me when it happened, the fact that it really affected me mentally, and I didn't realize it. Everything had some sort of contextual basis to it, and it was very cathartic. I mean, I cried several times as I wrote the book. Um,
Damn.
Funny, something I had not done my entire adult life. I think I cried 4 times essentially when my dogs died. Each time I had to put down a dog, I didn't cry when my father passed, when my mother passed, when I went through my divorce. Um, I started to cry. Mike knows this story. I had a 2-year-old found floating in a pool call in 2018. And after we resuscitated her and handed her off to the paramedics, I had to stand by for 3 hours with as detectives processed the scene, a crime scene, in case it became a death. And her grandparents were there, and they were responsible for watching the kids during this family party. And I had to listen to their visceral cries and screams for 3 hours. One call in 30 years, I started welling up with tears. I went to go behind the pool and cry, and I was like, "Fucking pussy, you can't cry." Stopped myself immediately. Would have been the best thing I could have done, but we don't do that. We don't show emotion, and that was it. So the writing was very cathartic.
Yeah, I can imagine, dude.
Those are the worst. Those worst.
Oh,
That's like that. Yeah, those family.
Well, even
family
just
shrieks are nothing that
death
nothing you ever
calls.
want to remember.
you never forget them. The
Death
visceral
calls
cry.
are very common calls as a first responder. Just death calls, just naturally peaceful
Yeah.
deaths. Sometimes a little bit more accidental, a heart attack, kind of out of nowhere death. But all it doesn't have to be a horrible incident. I mean, I was doing death calls almost like once a shift. It seemed like at one point, and you're right. It's the visceral screams of the family. It's being in that negative energy in that room where they're going through every phase of learning that their loved one's dead. When they show up, they're freaking out. You finally get her calm. Somebody comes, reignites her, and it's like on and on and on. And that awkwardness of like now you're standing in a room with your computer going, "Do you have a driver's license?" While they're like, and then you become callous to it. And that's even worse because you're becoming callous to something that's
the suicides really suck because you have to treat it like a fucking homicide. You can't just go into every suicide call like, "Okay, good, we're done." Like you have to kind of ask a grieving, spouse or mother or father, "Hey, I know, sorry, but where were you? Like, was it?" And it just sucks, man, as a detective to have to ask those questions to somebody that you're like, "Fuck, man, like this dude's going through it already, and now I'm asking these stupid questions like, what time were you at Popeyes? What time did you get up? What time?" And these people are trying to grieve. You have to, though. Unfortunately, in the world of investigations, you have to. But that's the things, I'll go on the soapbox, is with these guys that they want to promote quick or go to detective quick, and they want to be cool. They're not thinking about those days. They're thinking it's all, cool clothes and an unmarked car and 3-hour lunches. It's not.
Yeah, it's so intrusive. You just sitting here like, man, I do not want to be in the middle of these poor people right now as they're going through it. But the best thing you could do is be the most compassionate you can be. Because I'll tell you one thing, they're not going to remember your name. They're not going to remember what you look like 30, 20, 30 years, but they're going to remember every single thing you said at that scene. And I remember twice I was at death notifications with homicide detectives in Atlanta, and they were less than. It's something they did on a regular basis. These guys are both dope boys, and it just really bothered me because no matter what this kid was doing, it was still his mother's son, and to go there and deliver that with anything less than just muster up some fake grace, if you will.
I want to touch on that after Tyler reads that super chat.
Yeah.
Joe Ring, $10, looking for meaning and direction, sent me down the Christianity rabbit hole. It shit me out on the other end, but initially taught me discernment. Philosophical ethics is what saved me from myself. A lot of big words in there, Joe. You surprised I read it, huh?
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, by the way, Mike, do you have yours in audiobook?
No, I do not. I've been encouraged to do it, but
I
can't imagine anyone
welcome
wants
to
to
the
hear
book.
this accent.
You got to go read it. But what I was going to say is,
for people that can't read.
That's a great question. Tell them Comey.
We know Tyler won't ever write a book because he won't get past like the beginning.
Doing an AI like everyone else does.
Magnetotron.
This chapter is called Sharks.
Baby
Just a
shark.
Just a picture of a shark. I love sharks. Chapter 3.
All right, Mike, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the black neighborhood, black culture is much worse when it comes to, and I don't mean worse bad, when it comes to deaths. The entire family shows up. Not one or two, not mom and dad and sister. You're talking like 300 people sometimes show up and just hang around the yard, and it's just a culture thing, and that makes it even worse because you got to deal with one or two people usually on a death, 3 or 4. You get everybody there, and you see, the closeness of the family and all that stuff in those environments, and those were the toughest for me. And it is a lot of times it's gang violence or violent crimes, shootings, but even just a regular death in a black neighborhood, there was much more family involvement and a lot of religion comes in, a lot of praying. You have to be able to navigate that and not be like, nope, this is my crime scene, lady. You're going to stay outside. You got to be able to filter. Now, if obviously it's a homicide, you have to do a little bit, but when it's a natural, you have to be ready to go, I'm going to be here 5 hours instead of 2, because I'm going to have to be very friendly and let the people come in and let the people see their loved one and be ready to understand the differences in culture and be open to that, because this is the last time they're going to see this person in an environment that's not a funeral home or a funeral. So it's just little things you don't think about. Again, when I was talking about was detective stuff, that's a huge thing in the black community, is that. And also, like you said, mama comes and sees her kid dead. They want to be updated way more than usually a white family. They want like daily or every 2 days. Even if you have nothing, I would always say, just call the mom, go to her house and just tell her we're still getting search warrants. We're still working. You just have to know how to navigate those things. And it's important to do that if you're going to be successful and have good relationship with the community.
Did you ever go to I'm sure you've been there, to a wake or a funeral at a black church?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes.
First, it's like trying to revive the dead. They are, it's amazing how different it is than if you go to a white service. Night and day.
So Mike, where can, and two things, where can they get your book, and then where can they find your podcast? I'm assuming it's an easy question to answer, but
yeah, so the book can be found on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and then the podcast is The Resilient Warrior Nation on YouTube, and then all audio only platforms. And then if anyone ever wants to hit me up on Insta, The Resilient Warrior 5778, and that's it. They can find me pretty much anywhere out of those, those 3.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We'll be right back, everybody. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with...
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people, to detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
We're back.
welcome back, everybody. Show's also brought to you by Crave. Go to trycrave.com. Use promo code ANTI15. Save 15% on your creatine gummies. 30% more strength. 30% more lean muscle. What?
Good.
I can't read an ad, Mike, when I'm in the middle of it. You go,
I'm sorry, fucking dude, in the middle of that serious conversation, dude. Bring back Kermit and the fucking Hobbit.
Go to trycrave.com. Use promo code ANTIHERB15. Save 15% off your creatine gummies. Get your creatine in. And nowadays, don't take them if they're not in a form of gummy. It's super convenient. And if you don't like it, Crave will give you a full money back guarantee. So go to trycrave.com. Use promo code ANTIHERB15. Save 15%. And Flatline Fiber Co. Go to flatlinefiberco.com. Use promo code ANTIHERB15. Save 15% on your rifle slings, IFAKs, dump pouches, and baseline bags. Made in America with a lifetime warranty. Since their founding in 2019, they have strived to create the highest quality gear with real-world functionality, trusted by SWAT teams, high-level military units, and police agencies across the globe. They make gear you can trust. So go to flatlinefiberco.com and use promo code ANTIHERB15. Save 15%.
Goon Tape. Go to doontape.com. If you're a tactical athlete looking for an edge, try some moisture-activated wicker raid tape made from premium homegrown cotton and synthetic fibers to help you get on target and stay in the fight. When it gets wet, it gets grippy. So go to goontape.com. Use code ANTIHERB15 for 15% off. If it doesn't work, email them. They'll reimburse you, and they greatly appreciate you guys selling them out multiple times, and they are huge fans with the 99%, the 99 cent, and the show. So go to goontape.com. Use code ANTIHERB15 for 15% off.
Without further ado, HuckFinn.
There he is.
Whoa! I can't hear a word Michael is saying.
Me?
Uh-oh.
All right,
Can you
hold
hear
on.
me?
I can hear you perfectly.
You got to do the
I
thing.
think last time we did this, he's going to have to go out and come back in.
Who, me?
Yeah, we had this problem last time when we have multiple guests. If you go out of the whole thing and click that link and come back in, you'll be able to hear Mike.
Okay. Here I go. I'm going out.
Later.
Right.
The hell do you go out of the whole thing?
Let me try doing it. Oh, there he goes.
No, you don't need to do it. Last time this happened, Hal couldn't hear you, the shark guy, and Hal backed out and came back in. All hail Hal, the king of sharks. Oh, they got kind of serious, man.
Yeah.
We need a dead Josh or realest shark in the hood.
Dude, his comments was just so well timed, like deep in a conversation, dude. And the green thing pops up. It was green. I couldn't ignore it because it was bright green and green.
Oh,
it was Kermit Green, and it says,
how does he do that? How do you make it turn green like that, Josh?
I don't
Bring
know.
Kermit and the hog back on.
It's amazing.
Well, I don't know where Peaches has been.
So he sent me a video the other day. He commented on something this morning, but I haven't seen it.
He posted a story wanting to have a counterculture. Well, okay. Jay just goes like this. All right, cool. You just do it like this. Want to have a counterculture bench press competition. Did you see that, Mike?
Yeah. He waits till I'm off.
All right, Huck. Can you hear me?
Now we can't hear him.
Hey, Huck, if you can hear us, make sure we can't hear you. Make sure your mic is on.
You might have to reselect your input and output.
No, nothing. I can almost hear you in my head because I know how you sound, but fuck. Hold on.
He'd probably have to reset his mic input and output. Like, it probably defaulted back to nothing.
Would ask Justin to help us out, but he bailed. He's got a meeting.
It's probably what it is. If he came back in, he didn't select the right input and output. That happens to me sometimes. What else we got?
This always happens to us when we do multiple guests.
My video today is going to cost some stink.
What video?
The one at my Copville episode.
These motherfuckers are retarded. How are they making it green? I don't understand. All right, let's try it again.
Is this some bitch on?
Yeah,
It's on!
Audio.
Fucking shit. Let me
You
pop
can't
this
see
here.
it.
No camera though. We're good.
Holy shit. My camera's all blurry too. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I don't think you're like we can hear you, but I think we have a massive echo, and it sounds like it's coming through computer.
Camera, audio.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're echo.
Good?
Check.
Well, I gotta try mine. Yeah, we still got it.
We're no good.
Is it allowing you to check the audio?
Yeah, it says I'm good.
Try that. There's a setting for make sure echo cancellation.
Yeah.
Check.
Let's make sure it's coming through his. We'll read. We got.
Check. Now it's gone. No. Oh, he's gone.
No, I turned it. I muted. No, I muted it. No, it's still on. Oh no, it's not.
We good.
Oh,
all right. Now you can celebrate.
Oh
yeah, we're here, baby.
This is the second time I've done this. I guess I forgot how to do it. I even fucking stream on this thing all the time.
When you come in as a guest, it's different, and sometimes it defaults back to the regular settings, which puts it through your fucking computer, and it fucks it all up. But here we are. We're live.
We are live. Where's fucking G Money at, huh?
I don't know.
He got the day off.
He got fucking scared, didn't he?
The most American man was coming on.
Yeah.
You don't want to
oh, that's right. That's right. He took his title, and the whole contest left.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear that?
Yeah, we got it.
Hell yeah.
So you're coming off, you were like, what, sick for almost 2 weeks?
Yeah, I was sick. I don't know how. I'm never sick. Some illness got me, and put me down for a 2 count, but I kicked out in the last minute, just like Hulk Hogan did over the Iron Sheik. I'm good now. I mean, I could barely talk for like a week, so there's no way in hell I could come on a show and say shit. I would have looked terrible.
Have you, we talked briefly about it, but we all watched the McMahon documentary, but has anybody watched the new Hogan thing on Netflix?
Fucking kidding me? There's a bear shit in the woods?
I just saw it yesterday. Is it good?
It's fucking great. Brought a tear to my eye.
Beautiful.
I mean, Hogan's dead. They started out with Hogan in his casket. And that was pretty much HuckFinn Barbell's childhood dying right there. Gone. The immortal one, not here.
Yeah. That was the one.
Crazy. How did he die? Like it was a heart attack?
They're saying there was an issue with something the medication he was given at the hospital, and they weren't prepared to deal with it at the house. It seemed it was that's what I was told.
A lot of conflicting reports.
He's fucking Hulk Hogan. He's supposed to live forever.
Exactly. Hulkamania will live forever, my friend.
Yes.
Have you ever been to one of his shops? He's got at least one shop here.
Yes, I have been intoxicated down in the Tampa region many times. I have been there, and I've been to his. Yeah, I have been to his bar and drank a lot of beer a few years back.
Oh, he has a bar too?
That Hogan's Hangout next to whatever the store or whatever he's got there.
I didn't even know there was a bar there. I've been to the store.
Well, I can spot bar from anywhere, man. That's my I'm going on vacation. That's the first thing I look up is bars.
I just saw a reel of you making a cocktail completed with you were obviously poking fun at the industry as you always do hilariously. Yes. And it was Miller Lite, a shot of tequila, guacamole.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you drank that whole thing and then chewed on the steak.
Yes, I've been making these kind of mocktails for years. You got this guy named Malibu Matt. A guy, complete jerk off. From what I've heard, I have no idea why anybody would like him. At first, he said his face was blown off by an IED or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, we covered that. Yep.
You guys covered that, and then it turns out it wasn't. That's why his face looked weird, they said. And then you feel kind of bad for the guy. You're like, oh my God, this guy's an American hero. And it turns out he was lying the whole time.
And we called out the veteran community for giving him such a quick pass because the whole Tim Kennedy thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody was waiting for somebody to just go, hey, my bad, and say they're sorry. And this guy was given a pass within an hour on the internet. He came out, he made his apology video, which he should have done. And then everybody was like, you're good, man. Like, there's 10,000 dead soldiers in the last 20 years that say otherwise, but okay.
Yeah, that was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
No, I've never met the guy. He's got to have money behind him or something, how he blew up so fast. I would think somebody's running his accounts, and then they pushed him and they pretty much told him what to do and how to succeed on social media, just kind of like the Liver King guy, where he had his own, all this money, he put in like millions of dollars into this, and people produced everything for him. And that's what made him. But once those guys left, you fucking haven't seen the motherfucker since that steroid scandal. Been done.
Yeah,
because he can't run his page. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that guy, not the other guy, I don't know how he's so not interesting. Like, there's no personality to it. How does that catch on? How does that catch on? Like, how does that happen?
There's a lot of LA people out there that enjoy that kind of shit, I guess.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
definitely not one of.
SNL made fun of people like that in a skit. They call them the Californians or something. And they're all talking. That's him. Yeah,
100% him. Right. Speaking of LA, I got the bad news.
Uh-oh.
I will be going to LA, enemy territory.
Bad news for LA.
This is big time bad news for LA. I'm going to show these LA sweat hogs a couple real hillbillies. I'll be landing out there next day is today, Wednesday. I'll be out there next Monday night, and I'll be doing a appearance, a meet and drink in South Bay Strength Company, a gym out there in Los Angeles. They're flying me out to do this event. They're going to have a mariachi. It's funny how they reach out to me, and I say, I don't leave the barn much unless I'm getting paid to leave. I like staying where I live. And they're like, hey, we're like the opposite of this young LA craze and all this shit. So, they call me on the phone. We work out some stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm also going to need a mariachi band, number one. I need a food truck. We're going to need a lot of booze. Like, done. I'm all right. I'll be there. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 4 p.m. HuckFinn taking over LA.
That's amazing.
Are you ever go to these conventions and sell merch?
Yeah, the only conventions I really go to sell merch is the Arnold in Columbus, Ohio. I've been going there for a decade. A lot of the other conventions I go to, a company will have me out, at their booth and whatnot.
Yeah.
And a 21 beer salute, shit like that.
Yeah.
But
we got to go to Arnold. We got to collab and go to Arnold. We got to go.
I'm there every year. Every year at the Arnold.
We got to go.
Where's it at? Does it travel
Columbus.
or is it the same?
Columbus, Ohio, every year.
Yep.
That's bad. I bet you that's packed. You want to feel small, go to the Arnold. I'll feel.
Yeah. Fuck it.
It was packed. It was packed this year. It was the best year since pre-COVID.
You remember when Arnold kind of went libtard on us for a little bit?
Yeah, Arnold said
we had to reel him back in.
A lot of people still don't go to the Arnold because of that.
Really? It was a COVID thing, right? He said
still not go to the Arnold because of what he said then.
Man. Yeah.
I know he's not a fan of the president, unfortunately. So that disappoints me.
There's just so much, dude. Arnold, I never was a bodybuilder or even really lifted that much. But I remember when I was young, what'd he say? What'd you say?
Get your ass out of here. You're lying.
I'm talking when I can see. I can see.
That never really worked out. No, but he said that thing where he goes, there's 24 hours in a day. You work 8 hours a day. You sleep 8 hours a day. You work out for 4 hours a day, and you go to school for 4 hours a day. And he goes, there's 24 hours in a day. And I was like, damn, dude, that's a good fuck up all the time we fucking waste.
That's so true. And then you use a couple of those hours to edge, right? I edge before I train to raise my testosterone levels. It's an old trick I've learned over the years. Edge for multiple hours when I wake up. Go to the fucking gym. My testosterone fucking levels are through the goddamn roof when I'm out there. You know how bad I want to just go crazy.
We got to get John and Huck in the same room, man. Fucking, this is great.
You're gonna have all of our fucking listeners like edging themselves before the workout. Come on.
Listen, it works, man. Just don't go past that point of no return.
Yeah,
you're gonna have the worst workout ever. Once that baby banter comes out, it's over with. God damn,
that's amazing. Amazing.
Did you guys see the NFL draft? I got something to say about the NFL draft.
I watched a little bit of it. We were actually on our way back from South Carolina.
So I'm a big football fan. You know, I've been my whole life. And I'm watching the NFL draft. I think it's like day 2 or whatever it is, like the 3rd round. And they're propping these guys up from international fan of the year for every team, which is complete horse shit. They got some guy telling us who the Chicago Bears picked and with the 59th pick, and the guy's from fucking France doing the pick. Like, what the fuck, man? Why do I want to hear a guy with a French accent tell me who the goddamn Chicago Bears picked?
Un-American. Like completely un-American.
Yeah, this is an American sport. You don't see us going over to fucking...
Not anymore, dude. NFL, just like the WWE, the NFL is going international, dude. That's why Bad Bunny was the fucking halftime show.
Christ. Yeah, so I'd rather have a guy, like if the Bears are picking, go grab a guy from the south side of Chicago in some shithole bar drinking an old style, saying, sir, could you announce this pick? And he's shit-faced drunk. That's who I want telling me who the goddamn Bears are picking.
Yes. We lost it.
It's all money, man. It's all the fucking NFL wants an international market so bad.
Yeah.
I've been a fan for 2 years. And
they don't need it, though. What the fuck? How much money do they need? What's Goodell make? $25-30 million a fucking year? Like the NFL does not need any more money.
No, but they're greedy as shit. They're going to ruin the goddamn sport.
I agree.
There'll
be a team somewhere fucking far away, and your team's going to have to fucking suck it up, fly fucking 12 hours, fly back, be exhausted, and it's going to change the whole dynamic because every team that has to go out of the country and play that is going to be fucked.
Well, that's fucking ridiculous, too. Like fucking international games out in fucking Europe somewhere. Who gives a shit? Suck my fucking flesh flute.
Let them have their fucking soccer, man, where the guy gets breathed on and he fucking flies on the ground and lays there for 12 minutes.
Yeah. Have soccer. We'll take the real football over here.
Yes.
Right.
Huck, let's edge together. Bring back Kermit and the Hogs. That's two. First off, you must have an impact on people because I never see Jaws fucking Jew ass ever put a super chat out. He put a super chat out.
Yeah.
Let's edge together. I don't know about that, brother. I don't know if I'm going to be edging with other dudes.
You got to go in the other stall, right? You at least got to separate stalls, right?
Man. Jesus. What the hell kind of party is this?
Dude, I saw something the other day.
There's a shirt idea. Is edging together gay? Right there. Write it down.
Is edging together gay? Very gay. It says on the back.
Very gay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stuff about the TKO merger with the WWE and the UFC?
Yes.
How I watched a video on how TKO is literally taking the fan model of the UFC, and because the WWE, the outcome is pre-done, it's actually way better for marketing and for money making. So they're not going to mess with UFC at all, but they're going to take, and that's why now the seats are going to go through the roof as far as, getting to go watch the show. It's not going to be oriented to families and the average blue collar guy that wants to go on Monday night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to get into WrestleMania because I watch WrestleMania every year. I don't watch wrestling as much, obviously, as I did when I was younger, but I always never miss a WrestleMania. It's an event that I do not miss. So I tuned into WrestleMania this year, and it's fucking the shits. It's one of the worst WrestleMania I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Everything sucks. All the fucking motherfuckers all look the goddamn same. They all look their Samoan with long hair. There is no creativity. They all are fucking. There's nobody looks like Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Steve, all like those type of guys. They're all, and then their champion is this guy, CM Punk, who looks like he works at a goddamn Casey's gas station. He couldn't fucking fight his way out of a paper bag. I mean, how do you got that guy as your top guy? That fucking Triple H, he sucks. WWE, they suck now. TKO ruined it. Vince McMahon was the king. He made it, and ever since he left, it's been absolute shit.
Yeah, I know he's trying to buy it back.
Oh, if he buys, that's the only way that's ever going to survive is he buys it back. probably with help from the Saudis.
That's
Right.
what that documentary said, is that they're like, once Vince, at the time when they made the Mr. McMahon documentary, he hadn't stepped away fully. And they said once Vince leaves, it's gone. It could take decades to crumble, but it's done.
It is. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's these fucking fancy ass entrances after entrances. That's the whole show. It's like a goddamn Las Vegas show you see at a hotel or whatever. All these fancy fucking pyros and this music, all this stupid shit. You might as well go the other way and not do anything to be different. Why do you want to be like everybody else?
Yeah, it's
And
bad.
all these ads everywhere. It's just a terrible show. Wrestling is over as we know it.
I don't think they could ever get away with an ECW again. Because I was thinking, like, what if they create?
They could.
Well, I mean, with insurance and
Well,
stuff like that.
might be right.
I don't know.
Everybody the controversy's gone. You can't be controversial anymore, and that's what Vince capitalized on. Was like, I can't believe he's doing that, but I can't look away. Like, it's so bad that it's good. You're like, I would never say that or do that, but I definitely want to see somebody say it or do it. That's what created those storylines. Dude, those storylines were insane. They had 75-year-old Mae Young getting power bombed through tables on TV, and love affairs with an 80-year-old woman and a 20-year-old black guy having a love affair. Like, just the shit you can't even make up in your head. And you're like, I can't stop watching this.
Yeah.
It's that's what needs to come back. Wrestling is about as boring as watching paint dry. The whole thing, everything needs to be scrapped. I know this guy Eric Bugenhausen, the Boogs. He used to be a pro wrestler. I think he's on something now. I was talking to him at the Arnold this year, and he told me once Vince left the company, he was done. Triple H didn't want him there. He didn't his look or his style. When Boogs has a perfect style, he's fucking huge. He's a fucking crazy motherfucker. He's nuts. He was way different than everybody else. But nope. Once this fucking jerk off Triple H takes over, it goes back to these like indie guys or some shit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They took the fun out of it, and they took the controversy out of it, and it's very they got murdered at the end of WrestleMania. They were chanting TKO sucks or fuck TKO, and it was like all over the broadcast. They couldn't get away from it, and it's back in Vince's day, man, people couldn't wait for the next episode the next day, and it was crazy.
And that would have been perfect if they fucking brought that storyline on where TKO does suck and Triple H does fucking suck, and who's going to save wrestling? And all of a sudden they march Vince out at WrestleMania, and now he's going to take over and have this whole separate fucking faction of fucking real wrestlers again to take over the company.
Yeah.
Now that would have been fucking genius.
Yep.
I think they should just create an entire, even let WWE own it. So first off, when WWE bought WCW, his ego got in the way and destroyed wrestling. Because what he should have said is, I own you, continue to be WWE's or WWF's opposition, because I don't think anybody really thought once you take away the opposition, there's no more reason to get better. And that's when it fucking tanked. And I felt like even if the WWE silently, which I don't know if they could do in 2026 because everybody tracks everything, but create a small, like old school attitude era ECW style promotion that had the ability to travel, like had the finances back to travel, had the finances back to be on TV, but it looked edgy, not for your, living room TV style. That's something everybody would watch.
Yeah, 100%. They need to change it fast. And who the hell's Peach?
He's one of our guys that comes on every now and then, and he gets.
Well, they call it. He sounds like Kermit the Frog, and everybody calls him
like Kermit the Frog.
It sounds like this.
Yeah. So and he doesn't take it very well, so it's funny. So
yeah, stop calling me. Stop calling Kermit the Frog. Goddammit.
He's a good dude, but he does not like to be.
That's what he was saying. He was staring at the TV, getting all pissed off. I'm like, "What's wrong, dude?" He's like, "Motherfuckers calling me fucking Kermit." I'm like, "The fact that's gonna make it worse, dude. They're gonna keep digging."
Of course it is, man. You just go with it. You are Kermit the Frog now.
Yeah, you are.
That's it, man.
Yeah, a lot of guys. That's WWE style. You go with it. You become a new character, and you just embrace it.
That's how I made my buddy Jackton Homeless, the world's strongest homeless man. People kept saying, "Who's that homeless guy on your live feed?" And he would want to fight everybody. He'd want to kill these guys. I'm like, no. Go with it. You're the world's strongest homeless man. That's a great character.
Yes.
And it worked. They get drunk and start crying about, everybody thinks I'm fucking homeless, and I'm not homeless. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Surprise, look at my house.
Yeah. Surprise, I live in a van down by the river.
Like G Money.
Yeah, like G-Money. He's probably out there selling fucking candy to somebody right now.
Selling his fucking plasma.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But he's out selling plasma, man. That guy is, he better fucking get a different job, I guess, man. If he's selling plasma, that's not good. And these you see these new energy drinks? All these new energy drink. I was going to get at a gas station the other day, and I'm going to get an energy drink, and every energy drink is designed for fucking women. It's like these words I never heard of. Alani.
Bloom.
Blue, all this weird ass shit. Like, where's the energy drinks for fucking men at? I guess it's beer. I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad.
They're just forcing your hand, Huck.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any energy drinks for men.
Yeah, I fucking got to get a case of beer, I guess, man.
Somebody brought up Huck versus Ryan Miller. One of our contributors on Thursdays is he's a communist, but he's a former Marine.
How the hell is he a communist then?
No, that's the conundrum. He's the Marine communist, and he comes on here. He's a good sport. I would say if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, "This is the best bit ever. This guy's the best." But he actually is. But he comes on it, dude. The fucking chat's just annihilating him, and he holds his ground. And he won't. Me and Michael ask him like basic questions, and he just won't answer them. And we're like, we got you there. We got you there.
Was he part of that don't ask, don't tell era?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He might have been.
Probably early 2000s. He didn't deploy. So, but I think he got out right after 9/11.
Oh.
I mean, he's got full on braids. He lives in San Francisco. He calls you comrade and brother. Wants to read your energy.
Read your energy. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Read this, you son of a bitch.
Oh, that would be an epic exchange. This would be an epic exchange here. Oh boy.
What's his
man?
Ryan the communist.
His
U.S.
Instagram
Marine vet. Yeah.
U.S. Marine vet. I don't know how we were talking about that the other day. He must have been on Instagram for like 20 years because he got UMC vet.
Yeah, it's one of the first guys ever on Instagram.
So, but I mean, it's a good time.
If he's listening, show up to my meet and greet. It's in L.A. I'll be there 4:00 Cinco de Mayo.
There's no way.
There'll be one less table there by the end of the night.
Yeah, bam, right to the table, pile driver. He eats pink crayons, and he's probably a vegan.
He doesn't talk about vegan, but he talks about
what the hell.
He talks about his partner, and it's pretty wild. He hasn't answered it. He's been on our show for like
about
4 or 5 months now. He hasn't answered a question to date.
What did you come on here?
The answer is all of you white people cause all these problems in the nation, and that's why we're where we are. That's pretty much this.
He doesn't believe
I'm fucking kicking ass, so I'm happy where I'm at, motherfucker.
Yeah, one time
I'm out here drinking a beer on a Wednesday in a goddamn bar.
According to him, nothing you say has any merit because you're on stolen land. So, like, you could bring up the best point ever, and then he's just going to counter it with, "You don't even need to be here anyways. You're on stolen land."
Well, everybody takes everybody's land. I mean, Jesus Christ. Didn't the Vikings take a bunch of land? All this land's stolen.
Yeah.
I stole this land from the guy who owned it before me. Some fucking lawyer.
All right. So when you leaving for LA? Monday?
I leave Monday late afternoon. And here's a little inside tip for your followers that I've been using this tip for many years, probably for at least a decade. When I travel and I go on the plane, I always bring a card with me that's expired. Okay? And I order a few beers, give the lady my card, swipes it, no questions asked, boom, here's the beer. Every time it's free. I don't know how it works, but it's always worked. Some old drunk guy taught me this years ago. It's like, yeah, use an expired card. I mean, if they say anything, you say, well, my fault, man. I thought it was the right card. It's never not worked.
So they're bringing it up after the fact, and by then it's too late.
Yeah. So I've had Probably thousands of beers, comp for free.
Stop that man.
That's a lot like organized scheme to
To the airport with your Willy bag.
Some type of international crime in there for sure,
Yeah.
because it has to do with being in the air and
I
credit
don't
cards.
do that. My friend does that.
My
Oh.
friend does.
And homeless is one that does that because he's homeless.
My
Yeah.
friend HuckFinn.
Yeah, there was a guy we called HuckFinn at the Arnold. He was fucking homeless too.
All right, so you guys got 2 tips. You guys got the edging tip, and you guys got the free beer on an airplane tip.
Yes.
Don't
those
say
are-
we didn't give you anything today.
yeah, that's very educational today.
Excellent.
All right, Huck. Well, you will probably be occupied next week. So, but I'll hit you up. Maybe when are you coming back?
I will be back Thursday night sometime late.
Okay. So maybe
So-
next Wednesday.
Maybe I come on for 5 minutes. What is this, Wednesday?
Oh yeah, do you just come on and be like, yo? And then,
for like 5
yeah.
minutes out in LA doing something stupid.
Yeah, that'd be great.
yeah, dude.
I'll
Yeah,
probably
for
be
sure.
recovering from a terrible hangover and bangover out in Los Angeles.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can't believe
You're meant to design shirts, man. That was why God put you on this earth, is just to create these shirt designs.
Yeah, Mrs. Barbell, my wife, she's in there making shirts right now in the shop next to me. I'm out here just drinking beer in the barn and saying, hey, listen, I got a lot of work to do today. Do not bother me. I'm very busy. Drinking beer
I
with
want
my
to bang over tomorrow.
friends. I definitely want to bang over tomorrow.
Do you have a fridge full of energy drinks? I just need to know that.
Beer? I have
Yes. Do you have do you,
one, two.
beer?
I have 3 extra fridges on this compound in different buildings that are full of beer. Every 3 buildings on this property has beer in every fridge.
Whoa.
And there's a story behind like real energy drinks. I got in a big fight with Rain Energy. That's a long story though.
We'll save it for next time.
That's a very, very, very good but long story because I used to be sponsored by Monster Energy a long time ago when I ran through a vending machine. You ever see that video where I ran through that Red Bull machine?
I don't think so.
They played it on Ridiculousness a bunch of times. So I
Really?
I lined up like 20 yards from a vending machine and I fucking ran right through it, shattered it, flipped over. All the sparks went flying and shit. I swallowed a bunch of the dust. You never saw that video?
No.
Oh God, that's an epic video. It's
We'll play it. We'll play it. We'll find it. We'll play it.
yeah, it's Huck running through a Red Bull machine. And I ended up meeting the guy who was head of marketing for Monster at the LA Fit Expo that year. And that's how I got in with them for quite a few years until he left. And then they kind of went weird.
Is Rain owned by Monster?
Yes.
Oh damn, they got 2 energy drinks out there.
Yeah, they would always go to my house with the Monster girls would show up at my house. So I live like an hour and 40 minutes from Chicago, like way out in the country, right? And these girls would drive all the way from Chicago in a Monster truck, right? And they would deliver me like 30 cases of Monster, like once a month. And they'd be like, "Who are you?" Like, we drove out in the middle, and you got to be somebody famous. I'm like, I'm kind of a big deal, girls. Right this way. Drop it off over here in the garage, please.
We drove
And then
our
after a few years, they started fucking spending the goddamn semi truck drivers. It was never the same.
Yeah. Old Bob. Bob will end up wanting to edge with you.
Come on, Bob. I'm a California gal myself. Jaha. Is that same guy?
Yeah, he wants to edge with you.
You said he's a gal, though.
No, he's not a.
He's
What the hell kind of show you guys running here?
It's bad.
Right?
All right. We'll hit you up on Wednesday. See if you can't pop in for 5 minutes if you're not too busy.
All right, boys. Until next time. Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers, man. Later.
Okay, bye.
When you bring him, I got to take a quick break. So bring him in. I'll be right back. Yep.
All right. I'll just hang out here and read chats by myself. I'm like Garth in Wayne's World. Oh, Eric's in. Okay, cool. You guys know Keto 5-0. There he is.
Yo. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, bud?
Nothing, man. I was just looking at my mom's stuff up here. She's got English Bobby nightsticks.
Whoa, was your mom a Bobby?
No, my mom was actually a homicide sergeant in Miami.
Oh.
And this is her wall of like love me wall, you know? So I was just looking around. She got some cool stuff.
Are you at your mom's right now?
Yeah, we came over for the weekend. I'll show this off. This is my mom's career. And look at that. Miami-Dade. She got on in 75.
Wow. She got out. She got out right when policing started going kind of
Well, you can see her story if you watch the Griselda Netflix series with Sofia Vergara. That's my mom, the star detective that takes her down. Freaking wild.
Really? What's it about?
Yeah, that June Hawk. Oh, you know, so I'm sorry. Sofia Vergara plays Griselda Blanco, who was the Black Widow, like cocaine dealer before Pablo Escobar, late 70s. She had 5 husbands that all, you know, unfortunately ended up, you know, 6 feet under somehow in luggage on the highway, all kinds of crazy, you know.
Yeah.
So she was all doing all this crazy cartel stuff when I was like 5 to 12. It was pretty wild.
Wow.
But she's Cuban. So she was able to go undercover and, you know, play a little like she's a, you know, barfly and get some information. It's pretty crazy. So
were you were a cop, right?
Yeah, I was a cop in Boynton Beach down there in West Palm area.
Oh, Boynton.
Yeah, Boynton. Shout out.
What years?
2001 to 2019. I started off with all those CSO positions where I did traffic. Beep, beep. I'll do the crash report.
I've heard some wild shit about Boynton Beach, like the last of the Mohicans when it came to some cop work, like lots of indictments and stuff like that.
Well, 2016, we had 4 indicted because they beat the shit out of some knucklehead that ran over one of our cops doing stop sticks, and the Eagle caught him. So the Obama Justice Department indicted him, and the payoff was they got fired, were acquitted, but the bad guy got like 800 grand in the fucking civil suit.
Whoa!
So,
one of my friends from where never mind.
So Mike,
I'm gonna ask,
what's up, brother? Sorry about that, old man.
I haven't peed since before my run this morning. I don't think, dude. I started running and then Mike copied.
That's not good. You're supposed to.
I don't run anymore.
You don't run anymore?
I play hoops and like active sports, chase my kids around, you know, like trying to do that parkour shit, playing tag, trying not to get a concussion.
Yeah, dude. Nothing will smoke you faster than trying to play sports with your kids, dude. I'm like, oh.
I lost a race to my 14-year-old, dude. It happened, you know. But he's lean and mean. He's a little carnivore kid. He's freaking could do like 20 pull-ups. He's just a little monster, man. So I expected it. It wasn't no secret, but damn, already, yeah.
So what's Keto 5.0 about? What's it do? What's its goals?
The whole history was back in 2018, I was diagnosed with heart disease. I was about 250 pounds. You know, since I got shot in 2012, I went down that PTS route, fucking drinking my ass off and gambling. And
you got shot?
You know, yeah, I got shot through the foot and I got a graze off my right leg.
It wasn't your own gun, right?
Nah, that's what the doctor said, motherfucker. I'm sitting there in the hospital room and they're like, you shoot yourself? No, it was a bank robbery in Delray, and I caught the car cutting through Boynton, and we got in a little car chase, and he crashed, and I jump out like we all do, and he opened his door and just pop, 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 pop. So I got hit in the foot on my leg, but I didn't even know it. We returned fire, we killed him. And then, you know, over time, you know, kind of creeping in and kept pulling my gun out more and more. I'm like, I'm definitely going to shoot somebody. And there was no doubt. And then I didn't know where to go. The typical, who do you talk to shit, you know? And then I battled workers' comp. It made me cry in front of a room of lawyers to prove that I needed the therapy. I'm like, dude, you got my file. I got shot and killed a guy. Come on.
So bad.
So it's that whole bullshit we've all gone through. But anyways, I won. A lot of other guys started seeing the same therapist because you can't talk about it, but we kind of did. And started helping guys, you know. But then I was fat, sick, you know, heart disease. They say you're going to die. They're trying to get me on all these medications. And my wife's kind of a naturopathic doctor. So we really took a deep dive into the pharma and medical situation. And I found ketogenic from a guy I played hoops with. Keto is pretty much just meat and vegetables. You know, you cut the carbs back and you find a happy level that makes you happy until you eventually wean off to some point to burn the weight that you already have on your body. And then you can reintroduce the carbs along the way, you know? So I started doing that and I lost 50 pounds, dude, in like 2 months. And they started calling me Keto 5.0 at the police department because they're like, what's going on? You got cancer? You sick? You know, the whole thing. And I started telling the guy, I go, knock that Dr. Pepper out, dude. At least go with the diet Dr. Pepper. And then eventually we get to the sparkling water, right? Just little things. And one dude lost 50 pounds. So they kept calling me Keto 50. And I started helping dispatch because, you know, those girls need some help. And then records and, you know, obviously our command staff. I'm not dissing on them. It's a job where you
I
say that in fun, but I actually dispatched in Sunny Isles for about 6 months. So I make fun of them because I'm allowed to. So, is Tyler done?
What'd you do, Mike? What are you doing, Mike?
I didn't do anything. I was typing.
So, yeah, that was pretty much, you know, I started helping guys at work, and then other departments started catching on, and I started a little Facebook group just to help people. And my wife decided to say, hey, let's sell our house and drive around the country in an RV. I'm like, you're crazy. I started watching tiny house shows and all that crap. And then 2019, I looked at the numbers. And I was trying to get out, and I found out I could retire after my 50th birthday as long as I had over 15 years in. It was, you know, I knew I qualified, and the numbers weren't changing. Since I got shot, I hid in evidence for 6 years. There was an evidence spot that opened up. I slid in there and just wrote it out. I learned about DNA, all those trials our cops were getting in trouble for. I was inside understanding and knowing what was going on. So it was actually a pretty cool step to be on that side of things. But once 2019 came, I knew I could retire my 50th birthday. And we said, yeah, let's go. And we sold our house, put an order on an RV, and then the fucking pandemic showed up. And then we were kind of stuck like everyone else. And now I'm running. What am I running from? It used to be bad guys. Now I'm running from China, right? And it's just, we traveled and we stayed in the South because they were normal. And we were able to just, you know, we were homeschooling already. I pulled my kid out of first grade in 2018. Like everything kind of happened, you know, along the way, from me getting workers' comp and then, you know, losing the weight and getting my kids out of school, not knowing that was going to be happening in 2019. So, yeah, we started traveling, going to RV parks across the country.
You like it?
2020, we love it. I mean, it's not, I'm not going to lie. You're driving your whole world behind you. You know, I got my guns in the back. I got my gummies from Florida. Actually, don't follow me. And we would, you know, you're in there with the semi trucks and trying to back it in. And I wasn't a semi truck guy. You know, I don't have no CDL or nothing like that. I drove a traffic little freaking speed thing. That's all I ever did.
Backing up trailers is hard, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm good now.
Yeah.
I'm good
Me
now.
too.
Real hard.
It's hard.
Let's get Liz up there.
Yeah,
Liz says Keto 50, I need help. I think where would she find you if she wanted to get involved with what you're doing?
Best way is hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or even TikTok, and I'll help you out. I know the right people too. I got a bunch of first responders, and we don't charge you guys, man. It's none of that bullshit. You know, I'm not in it to make a buck. I lost 80 pounds overall doing the ketogenic and carnivore. My heart disease stopped. No more progression. You know, there's some other blood tests and stuff that show some issues, but overall, I've had every heart test you can imagine, and I'm freaking going against the grain of what they say I should do at 56.
Wait, so you do keto and carnivore, or do you flip flop?
It's carnivore now. It's pretty much 90% animal based, and that's dairy, of course, and that's, you know, eggs, and I'll throw in some avocado. My wife makes homemade sourdough bread, 3 ingredients.
Fucking crazy.
I'll crush that. I'm not gonna lie. I'll put some ghee butter and some salt on top of it and make my own garlic freaking toast. But hey, you know, now that I'm 175 pounds, my body can handle it. I'm not 225 trying to manage my weight. So, you know,
Tyler is.
Well, we'll talk about that when I'm in studio, Tyler. No, but anyway,
you're coming in July, right? July?
I'll be late June,
okay.
Like July 3rd. I got to be in Clearwater for Polk County's got some thing going on, and I got Dr. Boz coming to talk about PTSD.
Yo, I don't know if there's RV parks, but we live in a plaza, dude. RVs park here all the time at night.
In the plaza?
Yeah, we're in a.
What's the view? What's the view?
A road, a rehab, a road, a pizza place.
Woo, back to
Really
point.
good pizza.
Some short, heavy dude that jumps in and out of a pickup truck.
That's awesome.
Me?
Well, I'll be driving though. I won't be bringing the rig for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
I
I don't know if you
parking.
guys, I was gonna say the cops and campers story in 2021. I was in New York and they were trying to kick us out of the campground for the thin blue line flag. Remember all that?
Ooh.
So I ended up getting suspended from Thousand Trails or camping club for 2 months, and I had to leave the campground. It was crazy. So all these campgrounds in upstate New York invited us, covered our costs, got us golf carts to go drive around like VIPs. Local cops would show up. They were giving me challenge coins. That's why I created one of mine, which I'll be giving to you guys. Ooh, can you see it? There it is.
Oh shit.
So I ended up making these challenge coins. I started meeting up with cops, and I was like, you know what, fuck this bullshit. 2021, they hated cops flipping police cars. I'm like, we need to go to our own safe space. Let's go to pro first responder and veteran campgrounds. And I started networking that way. And we started having some rallies. We've had about 8, 4 in Ithaca, New York. We did a documentary on YouTube. You guys ever want to check it out? It's just self-funded. Like some other cop was a film guy, really pretty good guy. But yeah, it was about the whole story of all the BS and how they're looking at that flag as this racist issue. And for me, my mom doing 30 years as a cop. My dad was a cop in the Air Force. My stepdad, is Al Singleton. If you guys have ever seen Cocaine Cowboys, he's the star detective in that. So, I'm the third best cop at my own freaking dinner table, like all the time. They just crush me. So anyways, that's how I kind of got started with the whole cops and campers and doing these rallies to get us out there. And so we're helping guys with trauma, talking about it, campfires, it's very therapeutic. Sometimes I have guest speakers come out and they'll just leave the conversation.
You have to have a camper to come out?
We rent them. We have them donated. We have cabins that you can rent. You can tent camp too. So we got one coming in October. I know our time's running out. I throw it out there. It's October 3rd. It's a Saturday in Arley, Alabama. It's near Huntsville, Alabama. And we're going to fill up the campground. We try to have some live music. I try to get, of course, steaks and all the good food, but there'll be some bad food trucks in there. I can't keep it all the way. And you can drink at my event, even though I'm sober almost 1,000 days, not court ordered, kind of wife ordered a little bit. There was a nudge. And, there's a long story with my son getting Lyme disease, and we had to go through that in 20, so I had to be available. I couldn't be fucked up camping all the time. And it's hard not to get drunk camping. Every day to them, it's their release party too. They're coming off of the grind. They get out there and it's like, they just drink all day long. So yeah, it was easy to get messed up. So yeah, that's a lot in there. About the brother in Orlando I found that's a cop through DNA?
No.
Do you remember in 2019, 2 cop brothers discovered each other on DNA? One cop was our Orlando County, he's a retired Orange County sheriff. I was in Boyd and I get this little email. Hey man, 23andMe says we're related. I'm like, what? And sure enough, my dad knocked up some girl at 20.
I did hear about that. That was you?
Yeah, I was bald and heavy then, but we did this press conference. It was freaking insane, dude. We were on Fox and Friends. Had to wear our Class A's.
Yeah,
I didn't know what
I remember
to
that
do.
now.
Dude.
Yeah.
So he was into camping. So after I met him, the
DNA.
push for my wife to camp was like, all right, dude, let's go camping. And I couldn't say no to her. She's like, see, so I was like, all right. And then 6 years in, 6 years we've been driving around this freaking RVD.
Is the camping, is those retreats that you do, are they family friendly?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I do is I bounce houses. We had National Guard up in New York come out with the bounce houses and had that, or all the kids marching in order to set it up. What I try to do is Friday nights a chill. Everyone, or you get there Thursday. I got fishing. So you want to come out Thursday and fish or paddleboard up on the lake. I got a bunch of stuff set up. And I was getting killed in New York. Not enough Florida people could get up there, because I'm a Florida guy.
Yeah.
They're like, why are you in New York? I'm like, dude, it's a long story. So I go back to the same campground up there. That was the first one ever invited me. So I go, dude, we're going to do an event here every year. So that's how it started. And the band that plays is a bunch of retired cops. So we're going to do the same thing here in the South and kind of make it a mecca for like South.
Are you going to do one in Florida?
Cops. I am in the works, but man, Florida's booked all the time except for the summer. And you know what's going on with the summer.
Yeah.
And that's not good for RV planning.
No, yeah.
But you could do it early June or maybe later in October, November, maybe. I could do a winter event if I locked it in ahead. Like right down there in Orlando.
Yeah, also camping in Florida in the summertime. That's brutal. That is brutal.
Unless you're like St. Augustine or something, you get that ocean breeze kicking in.
Yeah.
You can, but yeah, it's just hot. You know how that is. Wearing that stupid polyester uniform like we used to wear. Do you know that shit is, my metals and my plastics in my body on my blood test were insane for wearing that stupid crap all those years.
Really?
I had mold growing on my vest. I don't know if other guys had it. Kept spraying it all the time, leaving it out in the sun, all those stupid tricks. Meanwhile, I was a petri dish. I used to have all these welts removed, because I wasn't getting enough vitamin D. And, I would say, guys, overall, I love the job, but getting out when I did, and I'm not trying to encourage my kids to get into it because I don't know what to do. I have a lot of people ask me, and all I'm doing is training them to be good cops, by accident.
Yeah.
Muscle discipline when we're playing Nerf battles, or, we go hunting and stuff, or locally with some of the local guys. I don't know anything about that life. So, I'm just changing their direction rather than being that South Florida kid, Sorry, I've been talking the whole time. I'm sorry.
Dude, that's what you're here for.
That's what you're here for, man.
But you guys have such an interesting, crazy story. And Mike shit, dude, I'm still catching up with everything you've been involved in, dude. It's like
the only guy we bring on that's not allowed to talk is G Money. Everybody else gets to talk.
Oh man. And that's
why do I get to talk? You brought me on to tell my story, and then you cut me off.
Yeah. I can tell you there's people in Boynton Beach right now going, oh shit, Eric was on Copville and freaking, anti-hero. And he's like, oh no, because there's some shit there, man. These motherfuckers, all those years I had to freaking sit back and just let things happen, and now I'm like, I'm not gonna call anybody out, but hearing you guys do it sometimes, I'm like, yeah, they need to have a voice. We had PBSO Talk. That's what it was. It was an anonymous site that some dude answered, and we could bitch about everybody within each city. And then people trying to get IP addresses and track.
There's a captain at the fucking.
Oh yeah, dude, they rat each other out quick. How dare you speak against the dictatorship?
Anonymous.
That's all we had, man. We didn't have a voice like you guys, and the same with Dominic and Izzo. What he's doing and Counter. All you guys are getting a voice out there for people that need it. And then obviously the cops are getting hammered by the press. You give them another avenue to escape that crap.
Enemy, they're the admin's worst nightmare.
Yeah. Your sheriff unfollowed me.
Did he really?
Yeah. Not a fan anymore. It's a shame.
Oh man. My old sheriff used to follow Mike when Mike roasted half my chain of command, and then
I saw a video of him doing a press con. It was real bad. Some type of stupid shit in his office. When I clicked on it, it said follow. So that means he doesn't follow me anymore. So he quit on me.
Oh.
I was thinking the other day, I had like 5 chiefs while I was there. It was insane, the rotation.
I dealt with Boynton. I worked with Boynton definitely when you were there. We did
you probably know a bunch of the guys. Scott Spruill. Went on.
Yes, we did a multi-agency massage parlor ring in like 2015, 16, 13, 12. We seized the condo on the beach, and you guys had one. Awesome. We had one and one in Daytona. So I was actually up and back and forth to Boynton.
I did one of those. I hit in the little work truck that the AC didn't work, and we watched on camera these girls just please these dudes. And it was nasty, dude. It was no porno jerk material at all.
We did sneak and peek warrants where we broke in when they were closed, and we took a radio that they had on the counter, and we sent it out, or we bought the same one, sent it out to a company that installed a wireless camera, and then we went back in and replaced the radio, and then we could stream from across the street. We did it.
Are you still allowed to do sneak and peeks?
Yeah.
Or that's when you go in when the business is closed with a warrant. Mm-hmm. And you set up cameras and then you bounce.
Yep, that's what we did. We did it in 3 locations. We did it in 3 locations. We took the microwave in one location. We took the microwave because the money transactions were in the office, and then in a radio in the room. And we bought the exact replicas and then sent them off. They got installed wireless cameras. We went back in. We saw a lot of interesting things inside. Oh, there goes my fucking camera.
That was 2015. Wow. We had to go in I think it was 06. We actually had to go in and with the locksmith, and then you're just installing the cameras wherever in the AC vents or whatever we were doing then.
It was wild. It was wild what we saw. And we had to stop the dudes after to identify them and then pretend that we didn't really know what happened, but kind of pretend. And then when we went to warrant day, I'll never forget the warrant day. 2 guys did the most unique things I've ever seen in my life inside a massage parlor. I'm not even going to talk about it on here, but it was wild. So when I went to them, I was like, hey, man, we were monitoring, and, they were lying. There's no way. And I was like, yeah, man, no way. And I was like, okay. So it was New Year's Eve. The warrants came out New Year's Day. On New Year's Eve, I sent the agencies to their house to knock on their door for their New Year's Eve party and inform them and their wives that they had been caught in a undercover prostitution massage parlor.
That's a tough conversation.
Yeah, that's the guys that cooperate. I was like, hey, it's going to be an Indian River County warrant. It won't be on your local website. If you decide to drive up here, turn yourself in, and then go back home, you won't get arrested locally. So I was very nice to most of the guys, but it was a huge case. We seized $500,000, like 20 cars.
Did you start getting phone calls from all these other people that had gone through that place like a week or 2 before? We started getting those.
Here's what we had. We had a state attorney. I know he went. I know he's guilty. We had a state attorney go in like 2 days before we went live, and we weren't ready yet. And of course,
Oh.
miraculously, he found out not to go back. That's the whole crooked judicial system here, and same people that came after me. But yeah, we had a state attorney that was going in. It was pretty fucking interesting, dude. Some of the people.
I was doing a detail at a jewelry store, you know, and one of the guys that worked there we identified him on one of the videos we watched. So, but we had to play it off because he hadn't been arrested yet. We were just waiting around. That was always interesting, you know. But
hey, look who's here, man. Guy giving advice on parking. Yeah,
I'm texting him back.
He doesn't text me. Don't worry about it. That happens like twice a month. I'll deal with it. But yeah, so that's a really awesome story because I was fat at one point, and it is a hell of a day to wake up and go, today's the day, and not let it be tomorrow again and tomorrow again and tomorrow again. Actually draw the line. So it's an awesome story, and I commend you for putting in that work. A lot of people think
just a lot
it's
of meal
easy,
prep.
but it's probably it's a hard fucking.
It's hard, dude. Even with our kids that make them eat right,
Yes.
Eating is such a pain in the fucking ass. But you know what? What else am I gonna do? Am I gonna feed my kids this poison? I can't do it, man.
No, that's even more.
So
Is
that's
a lot
what it
of
comes down
parents
to.
will take care of themselves and not push it to their kids. So the fact that you complete it is awesome. You're a huge supporter. We talk all the time in DMs and all that stuff. So I mean, you've been great.
The way you feel, guys, and the way your central nervous system will calm down when you get off the sugars and all the high carb food that jacks your blood pressure and all that. If you're able to calm it down, you're gonna make better decisions. You're gonna be less hangry. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna miss your 40 time and kick, punch the guy's teeth out because you missed freaking pizza.
So when Tyler drinks like 11 beers a night and sweats during night shift, you think he should probably stop doing that, huh?
You should put some element tea or something in your booze. At least you're getting hydrated.
I always want to do carnivore, but I heard when I heard like you said, you got to lean into it because my friend Josh started it off the rip, and he was like, I was shitting my brains out all day because your body's so used to all that bullshit that when you go straight carnivore. So he was like, my dad's been on carnivore for like years, and he was telling me you gotta. I mean, he's 60 years old. He looks great. He obviously was. They were trying to push him for his what was it?
Statins and all that
Statin,
stuff.
and he was like, he went to go get his stuff scanned for $100, and he is completely clear. He's got high cholesterol because it's good cholesterol or whatever, and but he's been doing it. He's like, man, you got to, just like you said, start no beers, no sodas, no sweets, and just start knocking things off as you continue down that path. And then before you know it, you'll be on carnivore.
And your eating window, change it. Like I haven't eaten now yet. I had a couple cups of coffee with bone broth and a heavy cream that kind of holds me over. I eat twice a day. I stay hydrated. I stay energetic. So you don't have to eat that 6 meals a day crap. That's freaking that wears out your freaking digestive system. We're not supposed to eat like that.
That's what I did. And I'd be interested in trying carnivore. I did the 6 meals a day when I got down to my, I got all the way down like 4% body fat at once in my life in like 2018.
Wow. You do a calendar?
I did a show. I did a show like every dumb, but it was like the time I got the best shape. I wasn't even doing it for any other reason than just I woke up one day and was like, you know what, I'm gonna do 2 months completely strict, and I ate the same 6 meals every day for 2 months, and I got down to like ripped. And it's
carnivore's fun, man. I get ribeyes. I have freaking meatballs. I can make freaking all kinds of food that's still exciting. You can mimic a lot. It's not like the vegans where they got to make their fake veggies look like meat. Come on. We're not out there making our meat look like veggies. I'll tell you that.
Maybe we'll talk and I'll hop on and I'll show off my.
Man. I'll help you anytime, guys. Anyone out there too? Seriously, I got a network of other people to help you out locally too. I'm going to Meatstock, Tennessee, Gatlinburg. It's not a gay event. It's all about carnivores and stuff. So
my dad's going there. Oh no, wait, he went there. He went there already last year.
Oh, I probably saw him. Ask him about Keto 5.0.
I will. I was like, you're going to meat. You went to Meatstock. He didn't tell anybody because I'm assuming he thought everybody would roast him for it. But Meatstock
it sounds pretty bad.
It's like who's going to be there? Like Callie Means, Jordan Peterson's daughter is going to be there. Michaela, if you guys ever follow anybody on the MAGA, there's a bunch of those people going to be there. So it's going to be the who's who in the carnivore keto world. So it's it's our rock star show, right?
All right. Well, everybody should know how to get to you. You're in the chats all the time, but if for whatever reason they don't know, visit is the Keto 5.0 Instagram.
Yeah, and there's also Cops and Campers. I'm on there also on Instagram. It's a little smaller. It's just more for the police stuff, and where we're going to go next. So, yeah, if you need a camper, guys, we get you a double RV so you guys can still have your space.
Yeah, man, I'll kind of want to do it, man. I'm going to talk to the wife. Want to go
do
camping?
it.
Mike can't stand anyone for more than 2 hours. I'm surprised.
No, I can go camping.
You can go paddleboard. You get your space here. That's the perfect. We don't bog you down with a schedule. It's like, hey, you want to come do some morning yoga and laugh with everybody and coffee? Let's go. And you're kind of free in the daytime, and we get together to eat like Vikings at night in Valhalla, right? So,
all right, I'm excited, dude. All right, man. Well, thanks for hopping on, man, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks, couple months, couple weeks.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate all the support, man. You're the best, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Everywhere I go, support you guys. Keep it up.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, that's it for the show, guys. We'll see you 11 a.m. tomorrow. What's tonight? What do we got tonight?
Hot Topic with Copville and Dominic Izzo, 7 p.m. Should be a hoot.
All right, we'll see you guys tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
JV team for life.